that verse still in the whole talk.
Period.
Or forgive me sometimes.
Period.
That we cuss at him and all of that thing.
Is that really beneficial?
He said yes. Yes. Well, Ephesians was written obviously by Jesus.
First Peter 1:13 through 16. So prepare your mind for action and exercise self-control. Put all your hope in the gracious salvation that will come to you when Jesus Christ is revealed to the world. So you must live as God's obedient children. Don't slip back into your old ways of living to satisfy your own desires. You didn't know any better then, but now you must be holy in everything you do, just as God who chose you is holy. The scriptures say, you must be holy because I am holy. I am holy. That's such a heavy thing to say. It's so easy to read this verse as something that I have to just figure out. So often I read the Bible and only view it as a hurdle, like it's just words and challenges that I have to reach or attain, like to be holy. Holy means sacred, set apart, or to be devoted to God. It's interesting when you look at the times God tells people to be holy. He tells his people to be holy because, well, it's the character of who he is. We were made in his image, made to resemble our King, made to look like and talk like our Father. That is so extremely hard to do. The King of Kings, the person that created the earth with the sound of his voice, the person that was and is, how do I look like that? At the beginning of this verse, Peter writes, so prepare. In other translations, it says, therefore. So what he says after that has everything to do with what he said before. What he talks about before is that we need to be born again. That's what he says, and that's where we need to start. John 3:3. Jesus replied, very truly I tell you, no one can see the kingdom of heaven unless they are born again. Again. Be born again? Again can be translated as from above. Jesus is talking about a new life that is only from above, or from heaven. In this passage, Jesus is speaking to a rabbi or a Jewish teacher. That teacher gets extremely confused when Jesus says this. How can a man do what only God can do? We are not of heaven, so how do we be made new from heaven? That is exactly what Jesus did on Easter Sunday. He did what we couldn't do. Jesus is holy. Therefore, he is the giver of holiness. But now you must be holy in everything you do. That's what the passage says. We are already holy. Not because of anything that we've done, but all because of what he has done. I today will stop reading this verse as a hurdle, but rather as encouragement. We've been made holy, but let's not forget that. Stay holy. Unfortunately, we live in bodies in a world that is constantly fighting with us. We have things that are fighting against our holiness all the time. This is the last and most important part of that verse. We need to prepare, be ready, or keep our minds ready. We need to exercise self-control. Holiness is not something that we strive for or strive to get. Rather, holiness is something that we keep. It is something that we guard. We need to guard our holiness. So be holy as I am holy.